So there are different type of party games that we played. In this vlog, we're going to talk about what we think makes good party game, what is okay or not so good, coming up.
Hi, I'm Tarrant.
And it's Stella from Meeple University. Welcome back to our tabletop diary. Hopefully you've enjoyed our previous vlogs. Last week we had 5 counts of the West Kingdom, so hopefully you watched that and comparison to the other 2, Architects and Paladins. Now we're going to talk about what actually makes good party game in this vlog. Oh, by the way, if you have any ideas for our vlog, feel free to write in the comment sections below and I'll get back to you. So, what are party games? So what are the definitions of party games firstly?
I mean, that's a
general...
It's an interesting question because it can be very broad, and I guess it's got to play a minimum of 5 players.
Well, there are some
has
actually...
to accommodate at least 10, I think.
There are some party games that actually 4 players.
Most of them can accommodate 4.
Correct.
If it can't accommodate at least 5, it's not a party game.
So, I'll give you as an example. We played Flying Goblin recently. So it's a really fun game. So we each has got our own catapult and goblins, and we shoot it into the game box, and we try to get gems, coins. So we got coins to upgrade. We get more goblins to get more coins, and points and gems actually worth points. So that's what we're trying to get, and that only plays 4. So does it actually include, is it part of party games? Because it plays quick, it plays fun, although it plays 4 because your catapult, you have your catapult and your area is one side of the game box. So the game box is just the normal square box. So you have one of each side. So would you consider that party game? We may not agree in this one.
I probably wouldn't. I'd consider that a light game and a dexterity game. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't require a lot of strategy, but I don't know if I'd pull it out of the party.
Okay.
I think that's where I'd
draw the line. Right. So your definition of party game is a game that plays, say, at least 5 players?
It has to be at least 5.
Yep. And then what?
It has to be simple enough in componentry to be played easily at a party. Mm-hmm. And it has to be simple enough that you can explain it inside probably 10 minutes.
Yep. And
have it be understood by gamers and non-gamers. I think those are the hallmarks of a genuine party game.
Okay. So let's say I'll pull out another example. Colt Express. Would you consider it a party game?
I used to consider it a party game, but I don't anymore. I think I would consider it a gamer's party game, right? Maybe, because it's on the light end. It's sort of fun and silly and not very strategic. But there's still 20 minutes of explanation to get through, and there's a lot of concepts that are very familiar only to gamers.
All right.
I don't think I'd call it a party game. I
might not agree completely, but in that part, I think I agree. It's a little bit more complex because of the mechanics are slightly different than normal. Mm-hmm. So, and there's another one that actually comes to mind now, Team 3. Now that actually ideally plays 3 players, although it can be played 6 players, I believe, for 2 versus 2 versus 2 team. So would you consider that party game, considering it probably takes 1 minute to explain, and that can be a good fillers in between, like, I don't know, you're waiting for someone else to arrive in a party game. Well, it could be birthday party, could be board game meetup party, and so on.
I guess, yeah, it's an edge case. It probably accommodates more than 3 players, just not simultaneously.
Yes.
Because it's quick enough. It's more a
quick.
Yeah. It's more a party activity.
Party activity. Yeah. It's still a game. Yeah. So the reason I actually come up with this because we used to go to a board game meetup. It's actually How I Met Tarrant. They're called cafe games. So the cafe games run from 12, I believe. 12?
Used to run from 12 to 11.
12 to 11. Now, they have a strict rules, which at first I didn't quite understand, that you can only play party games from 12 till about 5 o'clock, I think, 5 or 6. And I was like, oh, but I want to play this heavy Euro game or medium Euro game. But it's like, no, you can't. I'm like, why? Oh, this is just, it's a chance for you to meet new people and play something light, not too long. And that's when I think, oh, that's actually correct.
Yeah, it was good for facilitating the social side of the meetup and the meeting of other people.
Yeah. Well, other people play party games until 11 p.m. if they want to, but at first you just gotta like warming up with lighter games. People come and go, and then maybe form a group, and then later on, if you want, play a heavier games. And you came in when we play lighter games? No, that was a later one, isn't it?
I was usually there through the party game phase.
Yeah.
And I probably played a few games I wouldn't call party games these days.
Yes.
That's fine. You learn and you change your worldview.
Yeah. Well, I think party games, it might not play as many people, but if it plays quick, the rules really quick, it's kind of like party vibes to it, I guess, rather than the number of people and the rest of it.
Yeah, and I think the other thing, it doesn't necessarily define a party game, but it probably categorizes party games, is one that a social gathering can sort of form around, and it generates discussion and sort of trivia games and word games and things like that. They just sort of naturally generate a party atmosphere. And they're not really about scoring. It's just kind of an activity that's going on in the party.
Yes.
You got your traditional ones like Articulate and Balderdash and things like that.
Yes.
You got Just One recently.
Yep. The code names. Don't forget code names.
Yep. And then on the other side of the coin, you've got the hidden role, social deduction style, which I think still classifies as a party game.
I think so.
But because it can be picked up by anyone and easily explained. But it does
require some skill. That's a different
discussion. It requires skill because people can play it at a really high level, or it requires
DM,
sort of
game master, a narrator.
Yeah, or it just requires like it's got a night phase. There's hidden information, so you've got to be guarded about what you can and can't say, because you can ruin the game by doing it incorrectly. It is very much still a game in a party context compared with just one style activity. Yep,
that's correct. Because you can easily play as a beginner. Well, when I first started playing werewolf types and Avalon, what's the other one that's like Avalon? Resistance. Coup. I feel I'll play with those advanced people that've been playing for a while, and I feel like, oh, okay. So what? This is the strategy? What? There's like a lot of hidden mathematical almost deduction that, oh yeah, this person do this person says this, and probably means this. Like, I learned that, but you can start with, as a beginner, you can do sort of like advanced more party games as well.
Yeah, a game of Avalon among people who really love that game and play it a lot is not a party game.
Okay.
And you can't sit down with randoms and play it at that higher level with them.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So, what makes a good party game? Now that we kind of like loosely define what party games are.
I think for me,
obviously those basically it explains for itself. Anything that plays quick.
It's got to generate laughter.
Yeah.
I think that one way or another, I think it all comes.
Well,
there's a bug there.
Tarrant gets distracted with bugs quite easily.
Missed it. I think it has to generate laughter. I think that's
You generate laughter right now, sorry.
It's the bug. No.
Okay.
I think if the game isn't generating laughter naturally through playing it, then it's not really a party game.
Right.
And you look at some of there's a lot of word and drawing games out there, and they all probably fall under the party game category a bit. But if it's, there are some drawing games that are very simple and you don't end up seeing very much, and it's not that funny. It's just sort of drawing, so that's less party. And then you've got some word games that I think word games, they've gone through so many iterations of what it can be that you end up with some that are on the complex side. Letter Jam is one that comes to mind. It's a party game and it's a word game, but it's more puzzly and less funny, I think.
Okay, it's more kind of like a serious side and might be in the borderline whether it's a party game or not. It's still a good game, but whether it's you can classify it as a party game or not, that's the question, right?
That, I think, for me is what it comes down to. And there's plenty of... That's where I think something like a Colt Express has a party vibe, because funny things are happening. You're punching the air and picking up nothing because one person ruined your turn at the start. It's funny. It has a lot of people. It's just got a lot of rules.
So, would you say then, for people who are familiar with Colt Express, play Colt Express, then that makes it a party game? Because everyone understands the rules, everyone can have fun.
I think so. I think you can... It's the party...
It's not thinky as well. Once you know the rules, I think that's the challenge first, right? Once you know the rules, then there's not a lot of challenge to make it not a good party game.
Yeah. If I'm playing war games or Lacerdas every week, and then I get an extra group of those same people around and play Colt Express, in that context, it's probably a party game. Yes.
Okay. It depends as well what you used to as well.
Yeah.
And I noticed that... I wouldn't say escape room is a party game, because that's really puzzly. Well, the actual escape room, the physical escape room, is probably it generates fun and running around and chaos. I think chaos is the other one that actually is it's a bit of a party game, I think.
Yeah. A lot of your good party games have a chaos element. Often that's what causes the humour. But even if it doesn't, that's sort of a big part of it.
What is that game called? Oh my god, Subtext. That's a really good one.
Yep. I think I like drawing party games.
Yeah.
Those are probably very high on the
Tarrant
list.
draws really obscure pictures.
Yep.
So that makes everyone else's a fake artist goes to New York. Yep. People always think that Tarrant is the fake artist, but really he's not.
Really, I'm just a level ahead of everyone else on the subtleness of my
That's what you like to think.
Yep.
So just watch out if you ever play with Tarrant. Artbox also another good one.
Yep.
It's rolling the dice is a bit of a chaotic. You can only draw things based on the dice you roll, and really easy to learn. What else that comes in mind that kind of your favorite party game?
I do
what names I like. Sorry.
Yeah, I do like those drawing ones. I find from more of the hidden role type of thing. We had a separate one on social deduction games. Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, and Coup are the ones that I like, because I think they're easiest to play, and you can't really metagame them on a very high level. So I think those ones work.
Since our last discussion, months ago, I actually now like Coup, but now I've discovered this game is still prototype. It's called Captain's Gambit, Kings of Infinite Space.
Yeah.
So it's like Coup. It's got that element where you can bluff, or you can do a weaker action without bluffing, and someone might out you, and then you lose health. Now there is health. You start with 10, and then the unique thing is that you have 10. You have hidden roll. It's amazing. We play that with our group. So that is Coup, and then that makes actually me think a little bit more about Coup. Yeah, it's really quick one you can just like out, that's fine, and then you can get back in. Maybe good to not look at your cards and then do the action so that you kind of like people can't tell if you're bluffing or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like
But it does come back to the line of how easy is it to teach.
That's correct.
So that one's got a whole lot of hidden rolls, a whole lot of actions, and the teach becomes bigger than your standard
party game.
Simple party.
So gamer's party
activity.
game then.
So that one probably does fall again into a gamer's party game.
Gamer's party game, yes.
Yeah.
What other things that you like? Looking at our collections here around. There's some little games as well that we usually King Domino is pretty. No, that's not really as easy. Sushi Go and Sushi Rolls is probably pretty easy to teach.
Easy. I reckon they're light games rather than party.
The party games, right?
I think Taboo's a classic.
Oh, I love Taboo.
Clue giving games like that, like drawing games.
Spyfall over there.
Fun. Spyfall can be with the right group. Spyfall's one of those ones. You've got to play it right for it to generate the fun. I've played games of Spyfall where everyone's thinking so hard about not giving things away that what's meant to be a 3-minute or a 4-minute chaotic period of question asking becomes this really slow and really polite, careful question asking where not much happens. And that, it sucks the party out of it a little bit if it's played that way. And that can be the challenge on some styles of party games, that they can read like party on paper, but then people aren't quick enough to like make it fun party, or they're not happy enough to just throw caution to the wind and lose and have it be funny, and it becomes very
I understand.
careful.
Yes, it really depends on the people that we're playing with as well. And one more thing is Citadels.
I wouldn't call Citadels a party game.
Right, it's just a little bit too skills. Like you need some skills there, and some rules that you need to kind of like learn as well a little bit. Yeah. So that's it. So if you have anything that you'd like to discuss or say to us, write in the comment section below. Just say that maybe it will get our attention. Oh, there's one thing is the Grim Masquerade. I like that one. Although it plays a lot, that's probably not quite a.
That one played 5, it went quickly, rules weren't too much, it was sort of, I reckon that's the most rules you would want, but I think it was, it could fit into a party game. Yeah.
So that's it. So if you've got anything that you want to say, or topic for our vlog as well, we want to discuss, write in the comment sections below, tell us your experience with party games and what happened, and we'd like to hear from you. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please, and that will help us as well, hit like and subscribe to us. You can also click the meeple in the corner and hit the bell so you won't miss notifications from us. And I also have account on Instagram, so if you wanna check that out there, from time to time I have giveaways usually. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.